We're going to keep it rolling with the third team who are facing the challenge of how might we build and enable resilient communities. Please give a warm welcome to Team Kōwhai Seeds.
Emergency alert. Tsunami advisory. Strong currents and surges are occurring after the magnitude 8.8 earthquake near Russia. Stay away from beaches, shorelines, harbours, rivers and estuaries. Do not go sightseeing.
People with boats and liveaboards should remain on shore unless directed otherwise. If you are on shore, evacuation is not required, but stay away from water.
It's 6 a.m, baby. Time for your tsunami alert.
Thank you. Thank you, a sound we're a little familiar with in this room, I imagine. In early 2023, Hannah, a Henderson resident, woke to a sound that she'd never heard before. That unmistakable rush of water pouring down her street. Within minutes, that water was pouring through her front door and destroying the home that she'd built with her family. She knew there was the risk of this in her area, and she asked herself, why had she not prepared? The Auckland anniversary floods were a wake-up call for all of us. We know these events are only going to increase with climate change. We also know we can't stop these events from happening, but we can increase our resilience towards them. Resilience is reducing the impact of the event, preparing both mentally and physically, and recovering quickly post-event. We are the Kōwhai Seeds, and we were challenged with building resilient communities in the face of these events. So we're here tonight to share with you all our innovative yet practical solution, Kōwhai credits.
Now, Hannah's story reflects a wider problem. I want everyone in this room to put your hand up if you were here during the Auckland anniversary floods or Cyclone Gabrielle. Wow, that's a lot. And now I want you to be honest here. How many of you since then have created a household emergency plan or know your risks? Look around. Well, we know that 63% of Aucklanders know that they need an emergency plan, and only 40% of people actually have one. Clearly, knowledge alone is not enough. The community need motivation, and we're here to give it to them.
Kōwhai credits is a simple idea with powerful impact. It rewards people for making small actions that make their homes and neighborhoods more resilient. Here's how it works. Local government provides area-specific hazard and risk and action information through the platform. A resident logs in, sets their risk, and completes an action, like completing an emergency plan, clearing a driveway drain, or connecting downpipes. They upload a proof, such as a photo, which is then checked by a validator, a trained student or a community volunteer. Once validated, the credits are added to the resident's account. Those credits can then be redeemed with local business partners, such as cafes, supermarkets, or petrol stations. Our solution addresses 3 key areas of emergency preparedness. 1, helping people make real actions that make them more resilient. 2, encouraging community connection. And 3, educating people on the hazard they face and how to reduce them. It's a scalable model that can be expanded to cover other hazards over time. We are starting with flooding, as it's the most imminent risk facing Auckland.
The good news, simple actions on the Kōwhai platform, like connecting downpipes to reduce stormwater on our streets, making sure that our drains are unblocked and clear to prevent disaster, and have an emergency plan ready, means a faster, helpful plan when things do not go to plan. In Henderson, Hannah's area, we did a survey, and 88% of the houses have gutter issues. If we can correct these small changes, we can prevent almost 700,000 litres of water in a moderate storm event from happening and pooling in front of her house. That's enough to fill every seat at Eden Park with a 15-litre water bucket. Let's start and build resilience, one home, one neighborhood at a time.
We studied 2 successful models. Australia's bushfire resilient app helps households self-assess and strengthen their homes with uptake from more than 19,000 households. New Zealand AIA Vitality has driven healthier habits with members redeeming more than $6 million in reward. We combine the trust of both, measurable resilient actions and meaningful rewards, and go further. We cover multiple hazards, not just fire. Our rewards are not only financial benefits, but also community recognition. By sponsoring, business promote the brand while making a real impact on community. That's the innovation, turning resilience into public-private partnership, where small actions add up to stronger, connected communities.
Now, this is an ambitious idea, and so to understand how we could run a pilot, we spoke to our friends at Buzzley. And what we learnt is that we already have all the tools that we need to start a pilot immediately. We have a website, which you can access through the QR codes that are on your tables. Healthy Waters has agreed to partner with us as a data partner and provide us the information that we need to identify actions. Thank you, Coach Craig, who is here with us tonight. Buzzley has also agreed to host a challenge on their platform to increase visibility of our pilot program. And we need business partners that will agree to provide rewards that community members can claim as a part of this pilot program. So here's what we propose to do next. We want to identify one area, Henderson, Hana's neighbourhood. We use the data that Healthy Water gives us to identify the most impactful actions in that neighbourhood, so clearing your gutters, connecting your drain pipes. And then we run this pilot program to understand what really motivates people and how much this is costing a business. We need to understand these thresholds to really develop a sustainable model where people can still build their resilience, but businesses can sustainably contribute. Once we have this proof of concept, we want to scale up every neighbourhood, every hazard. To do this, we will require further funding. To assist with that, we have identified future funding sources that we want to target. This includes local board grants, climate grants, and other council funding. We've also identified key agencies that we want to partner with, such as Philanthropy New Zealand and strategic grants that can help us develop a long-term sustainable funding strategy. Our goal is to use this pilot program to develop a business case as to why Kōwhai credits is worth your investment.
This program transforms how communities build resilience. As a whole, quicker community recovery means less disruptions and better continuity for individuals, businesses, and the public sector. For communities, it delivers instant gratification through engaging rewards while also promoting and fostering and empowering community connection and resilience. For local businesses, not only does it provide business continuity in the medium and long term, it also provides positive publicity and enhanced recognition within their communities through more foot traffic generated by Kōwhai credits rewards. As we scale up, we would look to partner with the insurance and banking industry. As for insurances, it's a game changer in reinsurance risk management, and for banks, it fuels green credit incentives. We would support these industries by providing meaningful data for them to take forward in their climate reporting obligations. And lastly, for the public sector, community-driven resilience reduces reliance on their resources, and in the long term, it cuts infrastructure costs and emergency response needs.
As you've just heard, motivation is a problem that is significantly undermining our community's resilience. To combat this, we propose a system, a rewards-type system, which is proven to incentivize people to complete supported actions. Thanks to our amazing stakeholders, Auckland Council and Buzzley, we have just about everything we need to run a successful pilot. The missing piece is you. Businesses, we need your support. Help us ensure that next time you are better off than Hana was. Please, I'd like to ask you to take out your phones and scan the QR code on the screen or on your table in front of you. This will take you to our website, where you can find more information or register to be a project partner. Remember that when disaster strikes, the time to prepare has passed. The measure of success for Kōwhai credits will not simply be in the outcome of this competition. Rather, it will be in how we use it to weather the next devastating storm. Think Kōwhai credits. Think resilience.
Small actions,
big rewards, stronger communities.
Sorry,
I,
still eating.
I have a few questions. I'll try and keep it brief. How do the credits work? So you talked about, like, do you get the same credits if you, how do they actually work in terms of scale? Like, do you get 2 credits if you do 2 things, or 1 credit if you do 1? And then the other thing in my mind is with AI and all of these tools, the proof, you talked about photographs, but photographs can be faked. So how does all of that work?
Well, I guess for the first point around assigning credits to actions, that is something we would verify as a part of the pilot program. That threshold of reward to action is really key. We've found from our survey that people are motivated by, supermarket or petrol station rewards, like they would be interested in completing actions to gain those rewards. Really, it's just finding that perfect threshold of investment to time investment from the community. And sorry, remind me your second question.
How are you going to manage the proof piece, given that we've got AI and other digital tools? If your proof is a photograph, that could be easily faked. So I'm interested in the verification process.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Thank you. I think we've got someone ready to answer that.
Yeah, so that was something that was a concern. Obviously, with any system, there's a chance people take advantage. For our pilot program, we'd really love to engage, in particular, university students, engineering students, who, they know civil engineering students will know a little bit about how these infrastructure solutions work. And so we can easily engage with a student group. So we have spoken to a Massey University student group, and they are interested in something like this. And so for the pilot, we would propose to use student volunteers to help verify these photographs that get uploaded. At certain points, maybe someone has to go out to the house or the site to verify. Ultimately, that is a flaw that we are still working through. It is a relatively high trust model, and the scalability of having humans checking all the time isn't exactly feasible. But as you say, AI can generate photos. AI can also detect when a photo is AI generated.
I've got a question in the audience here, actually. And I'll come back to you, Simon.
I just wanted to talk with you guys, and I think you've done a really incredible job of presenting your idea while everyone's eating. So let's just give them a round of applause.
Thank you.
Yeah. That was not easy, so well done. You did a really great job of explaining the human experience of the Henderson floods. What's the human experience of your idea?
And sorry, is that in terms of using the platform, or I say, well, I can start. My team might be able to add to my answer here. So it'll really depend on the actions that are available in their community that have been highlighted by our council partners, the most applicable for their area. One element that we were working on while we were developing our ideas for these actions was having a community-connected element. So A, have you built your own emergency plan? B, have you connected with your neighbour, and have they developed their emergency plan? So adding some extra community elements into those practical solutions, I think, was really key.
If I might just add to that quickly, do you mind bringing up the slide with the Auckland's need and want it. Are we able to pull up the slides, perhaps? You'll have to take my word for it.
I've lost track.
we did survey a few communities in Auckland, and they identified that they did need and want this solution, and that they were. I think one of the questions we put to them was, if we offered you a reward, I think we nominally picked, like a $5 supermarket voucher or something. Would that motivate you to complete these actions, like an emergency plan, cleaning your gutters and your drains? And I think we had a resounding amount of support for it. It was 70-odd% of people said, yes, this would motivate us to do it. So there's clearly a want for a program like this, and it will clearly make a difference to the people in our communities and the communities themselves.
Hey, I'm really enthusiastic about the idea. It seems really novel and creative. A couple of questions, because Siobhan asked two, so I'm going to ask two. One, are you aware of anywhere else that's doing anything kind of like this? Are there any examples out there? And then secondly, maybe I'm being a bit slow, but how are the rewards going to be kind of funded? You mentioned insurers and other financial players. How do you think you'd get on with them trying to get funding for it?
Thank you. Yeah, both very good questions. I might pass to the team about the example of what else is
I'll take
out
that
there.
example one. Yeah. So First 72's out there, and their goal as a company was to make sure that for the first 72 hours after a storm event or any impact that people were facing, that they would manage that time, and they had enough support or food, water, staples, a nice shelter, and they've built a container in Mangere that they've managed to fit out for the first time, and that's their pilot program that's already kick-started. And we have reached out to them. We haven't had time to extend that relationship with them so far, but we have had that contact just to see how they've started and getting that off the ground so we can join with them.
I might also just add to that as well. Sean mentioned before about AIA Vitality and I believe it was AA's bushfire resilience schemes, and essentially, obviously not related to disaster relief or preparedness, but there are many, many companies out there that have reward schemes because they work, right? And we studied AIA's Vitality and the bushfire resilience one, and they are a great model for how we would want to develop this idea. So there's ideas that work, essentially.
And then when we talk about business benefit, we actually have a couple of answers. We have sort of small business and large business. So I might hand over to my teammate to talk about small business benefit.
Yeah, so we reached out and we talked to local businesses, and the response we got, especially the local businesses, they are a source or a community hub in the sense. So they are really keen to see how they can help with resilience at a household level, not just at a community, to bring that community together at a household level. So this is a benefit for them through doing a reward system. They've also found that a lot of reward systems do work, and that's why we see all sorts of organizations take part in reward systems. It does bring people in. So they would not only be bringing people in, they would also be supporting their community in building that resilience, which only helps them with continuity in their business.
And then I think when we were looking into benefits for larger scale businesses, it was really around the data, the potential for data availability to them. So when we were talking to AA Insurance, you might be in the room, around the potential for us to provide extra resilience data at a household level and how that might support their data gathering. The other element was for larger businesses around their CRD reporting and really supporting with the S in their ESG reporting as well, and their adaptation plans.
Good. Yep. Got my mic back. Here we go. You good, judges? Okay, I think we've had something in the audience. You all right? Yep. Okay. Wow. Yeah. It was easy, wasn't it? Once you kind of stand up here and you get
so easy.
So easy. Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic. Look. Let's celebrate in the 9 weeks of huge kind of journey the team have gone on. This is Kōwhai credits. Well done, team.
Thank you.
Thank you. You got a voice of radio. Thank you. Nice. Fantastic. Well done.